Hey guys, Zen here, and today we're diving in with a bunch of Rainbow Six news. E3 is this week, and so there's a lot of brand new reveals and game announcements, but Rainbow Six was a very hot topic throughout the show, and of course at the Ubisoft stage. And so we're gonna go through all of the details in this video. Starting things off with the biggest announcement from the show, we have Rainbow Six Quarantine. But this time we've all seen the trailer, and so I thought we'd go over everything we know and some of the additional things that came after the announcement. So let's do some myth busting. First, Rainbow Six Quarantine is its own standalone game. It isn't a game mode in Siege, and it isn't a temporary event. It's its own separate game taking place within the Siege universe. Secondly, you will find at least some familiar faces within this game. From the trailer, we get to see both Ela and Vigil, so as you could imagine, there will be some operators that you've come to know from Siege. And as far as gameplay, well, Ubisoft released a trailer with the lead designer on what we can expect to see from the gameplay out of this game, so let's take a look.
So tell us a little bit about this game.
Quarantine is a squad-based tactical shooter for 3 players at a time.
So I can play the entire thing with 2 other friends?
Yes, you can, the whole game.
That's awesome to hear. This being Rainbow Six Quarantine, I have to ask, is there a link between this and Rainbow Six Siege?
There is. You will see a lot of familiarities when you play, everything related to gunplay and also using your gadget, tactic, and destruction. But you don't have to be a Rainbow Six Siege player to play Quarantine. It's a good place to pick up and start within the brand. All right.
At the very end there, was that Ela and Vigil?
That was. You got a good eye.
And what was the decision to include operators from Siege in Quarantine?
Because they're awesome and they're really deep, varied. They bring a lot to the battlefield. And you know, an operator is not just a weapon, a gadget, and ability. They're a whole personality. People like them. They already create fan art and fanfic about them. However, using those operators in that new context really make them different. They feel not the same as you would have them in Rainbow Six Siege because you are in a PvE context, you're in co-op, you're in a squad, you want to be a tactical and tackle your objectives. You're gonna see it's gonna feel very different, even though the operators are familiar.
So what I thought was really important to note is that they mentioned that even though this game will include operators and gameplay elements from Siege, you won't have to be a Siege player to pick it up and enjoy it. This is great news because, as a lot of you are aware, there is a mound of content here in Siege, and so it'd be daunting to ask a new player base to have a full grasp on Siege before they pick this up. The last thing I wanted to discuss here is that they do say that some of Siege's operators will be in quarantine, but that they'll be different in some way. Obviously, this is a PvE game with absolutely no PvP, and so given that all operators are designed for really competitive PvP gameplay, it'll be really interesting to see how they implement them in Quarantine. If you take an operator like Vigil, for example, considering he's confirmed, how would his ERC-7 gadget be represented in a co-op PvE style game? I could see how someone like Ela with her Gersmont mines could be useful in a game like this, but again, Vigil's gadget is made to hide against drones and cameras against other players looking through them, so I'm curious how they'll represent that here. Now, the devs seemed really excited for this project. It's been something they've been working on for a while now in the background, and they genuinely sound like it's something they know the community will enjoy. Here's a quick quote from the presentation that stuck out to me that I think is pretty big in general.
I'm part of a new team in Ubisoft Montreal that set out on an exciting new mission. Create a radically redesigned co-op experience built on the foundations of one of the best shooters of this generation. What Siege is to the PvP shooter genre, we will be to PvE co-op.
So basically, they want to be a juggernaut in the PvE and co-op genre of shooters like Siege is to the competitive PvP realm. All in all, this game has me very excited. There are of course still some unanswered questions like pricing and the exact release date, but what we've learned so far is big for the Rainbow Six franchise and only more of a reason to get involved. Moving on to Season 2 with Operation Phantom Sight. It's here. The brand new season is live in the game. Season Pass holders will have access to Nook and Warden for a week, and then they'll be available to everyone to unlock and use. Of course, Cafe is reworked and in the ranked rotation, and all of the rest of the updates have gone live for everyone. Now, with the launch, we do have access to all of the gadgets affected by the exploits, as well as Clash. Yes, she's back. The failsafes are in place should someone be able to use them, but ultimately the content is available to everyone, which is a great thing for the start of the season. Now, we do have some early season updates to go over. So as it is today, Warden has impacts and Nook has flash grenades, but they only have these gadgets because of those exploits. So in the meantime, they have these loadouts. Sometime in a mid-season update though, Warden will lose the impacts for a deployable shield and Nook will lose the flash grenades for a claymore. Also, if you haven't been aware, drop shotting has made a return this season. The devs are aware of the issue and plan to fix it in an update during the season. Finally, you'll also notice that both Cav and Vigil have been updated to be able to use their gadgets without their gauge needing to be full. This is also the case with Nook, but it actually changes how you can use these operators and more importantly, how long you're able to use their gadgets for. I think now you do have more access to the gadgets, but the cooldown takes a few seconds longer until fully replenished. Now, last up here is just awesome, but Ubisoft released a brand new trailer to celebrate the launch of Phantom Sight, and you guys just have to see this. Let's go. Launch of Phantom Sight, and you guys just have to see this. Let's go. Now, personally, it's a bit of a dream come true. Ubisoft announced Tom Clancy's Elite Squad. It's a mobile game featuring characters from a bunch of Ubisoft titles, including Splinter Cell, Ghost Recon, and of course, Rainbow Six Siege. They launched a trailer showing off actual gameplay, and so I thought you guys would like to check it out.
A dauntless and daring agent. She's all in, all out, always. Montaigne, counterterrorism and rescue veteran. His best offense is his defense. Nomad, covert special ops team leader. A ghost on the battlefield. Caveira, highly skilled defending operator, lightly armed, massively effective. Sam Fisher, elite covert operative. The lone wolf now hunts with a pack. When chaos strikes, rally the specialists. Lead the elite squad.
So yeah, at least Siege is coming to mobile platforms in some capacity, and it's a game I'm also pretty excited for, so look out for some more content on the channel here as well. The final touch for this video is just some food for thought for you guys and some personal perspective. Now, E3 is one of the biggest stages for gaming in the world today, and when Ubisoft took the stage, Rainbow Six Siege was a primary focus throughout their presence. This game is starting to branch out and find new audiences with a PvE spin-off, with Quarantine, a big focus within Tom Clancy's Clancy's Elite Squad, and we've even seen exclusive missions in other Ubisoft titles like Ghost Recon include content from Siege. It's huge, and there's a lot of moving parts and different aspects of it to cover. I'm here for everything from Rainbow Six Quarantine, Elite Squad, and anywhere else this franchise may take this community. I'm looking forward to all of it, and of course I'll be here to share it all with you guys. But that's everything, guys. A massive video unpacked and the latest on Rainbow Six. Now I want to hear from you. Are you looking forward to Rainbow Six Quarantine, the new core PvE experience built from Siege? And of course, how's Phantom Sight so far? Leave everything in a comment down below. If you did enjoy this video, please drop a like and subscribe with notifications if you're new. With that being said, it's been Zen. I'm out.